you struggle to play top laner? Do you want to be tank, but actually wanna split push and deal a high amount of damage? Well, no worries, cause I've got a champion just for you. Hello everybody, I'm Petri, and this is my guide for Sett in Season 11. And let's jump straight into runes. So first off, you will always want to go precision. Conquerors is almost a must, because, Sett is a sustained champion, and Conqueror is made just for that. I've seen that sometimes when people are using him in jungle, they go for press the attack, which makes sense. But even there, Conqueror is much better choice in my opinion. And on top is guaranteed to have it. Then we got Triumph, since Overheal is not for you, since you're always gonna be in front line. And Presence of Mind doesn't give you any value because you don't have any resources. Then now it kind of depends on your choice, but again, Bloodline is not so great because you are early game champion mostly. You of course scale quite good, but still no Bloodline for Sett. So it's between Alacrity and Tenacity. Alacrity is nice, that uses a lot of auto attacks, is most of his damage, but having Tenacity on a top laner is, in my opinion, much more better to have, especially since Sett is, as a Sett, in front line, so you will be taking a lot of spells. So that is Tenacity. You probably could try to take Alacrity, but that's in just for fun builds, so just go with Tenacity if you're trying to achieve something. And lastly, you wanna go last stand because you are a bruiser. You're gonna be on low health really often, and your shield will help you with that. So definitely last stand. Never go for cut down. If you wanna have fun and know that you will never go on low health, just take coup de grace. But when will that happen, right? Then for your secondary rune, I always go resolve with second wind and revitalize. Now this is the part when I can talk about it. Second wind is great for Sett because it works well with his passive, where you will heal much faster, and every time you deal damage, you heal even that bit faster. Bone plating is really viable too, and I think that it is has the same value as second wind. But since second wind heals you for percentage of your max health, I go with it that one. And revitalize again is on a preference. You're not a full tank, so overgrowth is not so great. For unflinching, you probably will have at least one summon on cooldown usually, but you already have tenacity for that. And then, since you will be trying to split push, you can go for demolish, but again, your max health is not going to be as high. So revitalize, giving you additional value to your passive NW is, in my opinion, best choice. And of course, for small runes, you will want to take 10% attack speed for the early game pressure, adaptive damage, force, well, just higher damage, and usually armor, since you will be going against AD top laners. You can go for defense instead, magic resist instead if they have AP. This is the most easy rune out of this whole tree to pick. So with that done, that is everything, and I will see you in a game with everything else. Okay, So first off, for summoner spells, you always want to have Flash since it works nice with your ultimate and W, and then Teleport. I've seen some people taking Ignite, but in my opinion, if you want to be successful, at least one person on your team should have Teleport. And since most mid laners nowadays are going Assassins, they will probably not be having it. So I always go for Teleport since, you know, it helps you so much. You have much more threat level. You can help when bot lane is being ganked. And since you're strong early, it helps you really great. So teleport for me always. Now into some more interesting stuff, which is going to be your items. So first off, you will want to start with Dorn's Shield. You probably, if you would really try, could take Dorn's Blade, but Dorn's Shield is just much better for set, helps you with farming. Really nice. After that, you will want to start building your items. First one should probably be Blade of the Ruined King, since it gives Set everything he needs, attack speed, increased damage, and anything on auto attacks. And of course, it increases your movement speed. If so, this should be your first item you get. Then you want to build your boots, either steel caps or mercury threads. But again, most of the time you will want to go for these. For your, what is it called? Mythic item. Sorry, I always forgot. You, I wouldn't go for 24s since you already have your Blade of the Ruined King doing that, and you have much better abilities options this season. So first off, some people go Gold Curl. Many top laners use it because all that healing it gives you. I get it. I go for Stride Breaker. Reason for that is, first off, you gain movement speed as your mythic passive, and since Sett doesn't really have any move spells, this one is really good for him. Then you gain Slash as an active ability of that item, which again is a dash. Set doesn't have anything like that apart from his ultimate. So this really works great for him. You get movement speed for doing physical damage just like for 24s. So this one is really nice. And also the cooldown is really low. So as you can see, it's 20 seconds, but cooldown reduction gets that down. So Stridebreaker is really great for set, and it's a really short dash, but it has CC and it is a dash. It's your option of actually doing something. For next item, it depends how you're doing in the game. If you are even with other champions or slightly behind, you want to go for Sterak's Gauge because the shield from it is really nice. It works with your W shield, where they probably, if you use your W shield, then they get you under 30%. You use your Sterak shield, and then use your W shield. You should already win the fight. Like there should be no one else there. Then Deadman Spite again, mobility item. You deal bonus damage when you hit someone first time. You want to get this before Sterak's if you're ahead, so you can get more picks. And for last item, it's again situational. They have a lot of AD, go for Thornmail. You want to have more sustained damage and stay longer in team fights, go for Dev's Dance. You can even go for GA. I really like Thornmail since you will be drawing a lot of attention towards you because you are set, you are dangerous. Look, look at this. Everyone's afraid of this. So yeah, I go for Tormail. And that is actually everything for items. So let's spawn some dummies and have a look at abilities. And I always forget to do this. So, first off, your passive is, you know what? Give me a second, yeah. So, first off, your passive. First part I'll get into more later, but basically you lower your health, higher your health regen. It's basically Garn's ultimate, but you don't have to worry about being dealt damage. It works nice in team fights, since you basically can gain up to, I've seen like 50 health regen during fight. And second part is the most interesting one, where basically Riot thought, hey, let's give this guy one hand stronger. And let's make that arm so strong that it deals double the damage of the other arm. So first of all, I'll get rid of the deadmans. And basically every time you deal damage, you have two parts of your attack, left and right hand. It obviously uh, goes between. Right hand deals more damage and attacks much faster. So when you're fighting, you will always want to go for two auto attacks instead of one, because then you're getting nothing. When you use both of them, it deals so much damage and it's really easy to put out because the right hand attack is almost instant. You also can keep in mind that as long as you are in a fight, you will be dealing uh, the right hand damage after some duration after the left hand. So right now attack with left hand, and as for I'd say like 2-3 seconds, the right hand is ready. So you, if you're playing against someone who doesn't know Sett very well, you could try to use this and start your attacking with your right hand. So let's say that this right here is a minion. I auto attack it and then start the fighting with right hand, which we're getting to your Q. First off, it's an auto attack reset. So everyone knows what that means. Every time you use it, you can use auto attacks in the instant. So I will get into it more in the combos, but just want to put it out. And that is a thing I forgot about passive. Every time you reset your auto attacks, you will start with your left hand. So if you have a look right now, I'll use the Q. And it started with the left hand. So keep that in mind. Next thing it does, it of course deals uh, max health damage to the enemies. So it's great against tanks, it's great against everyone else because dealing any percentage of health is strong. And also when you're moving towards enemy in some distance, I don't really know the numbers, you will get move speed buff. So and that was W. Oh my god, I'm so washed up today. So you will move faster towards enemies for like second and a half. Second, have a look. Yeah, second and a half. And that is your Q. You want to max this ability first and upgrade it first because it's actually good for farming, it's good for trading, and works really well. Now we're gonna have a look at your W, which is, again, in my opinion, one of the really fun abilities in the game. So, first part, I wonder, yeah, I'm just gonna. When you take damage, you will fill up this white bar right here, and it decays really fast, but it's it's there, and I want you to know how fast it drains and depletes and other things. Now, every time you use your W, you will deal damage in a cone. I wonder how will I... Yeah, you will deal damage in a cone. If someone is hit by this middle right here, the damage is true. As you could see, 80%, 80 blah, true damage. Basically, if it's in the middle, it's true damage. Then, every time you take a damage and that bar fills up, you will gain a shield according to the damage dealt. The shield goes up to 50% of your max health. So you basically have so much more, so you are basically much more tanky than you look. If I would just right now go up, right now I have 3,500 health. It's 1.5 of that. And of course the damage increases too. So you basically want to use this as your last attack, also almost a finisher, where when the bar goes yellow, which means that it's full, you put it up, gain great amount of shield, and then just, you know what, this will be fun. Oh yeah, of course I'm taking too low damage, so anyways, you see this really high shield right here, yeah, and you can still see it. So yeah, shield. It's really fun ability and can work with your flash. I will go over that in combos. And then we got your E, which is, in my opinion, one of the best made CC abilities in the game. First off, when you got these two parts. When you hit someone, you will pull them towards yourself. And every time you do so, you will put them up in the air. So, Yasuo fanfiction, Sett Yasuo. Well, but it's a guarantee CC. When you hit champions on both parts, you will also stun them. So, as you can see, it's really effective and works really nice with Sett's combos. And that is basically everything. This ability, you will want to put put a point in it on level 3, level 2, sorry. So you can actually deal some damage early, and then you will want to max it as last because it only things that increases is the damage, and you're not using this ability for damage. But it's a really nice CC and actually requires you to do something to be effective. And lastly, we got Sett's ultimate, where Sett will grab the targeted enemy, they both become untargetable, and then he just smashes them to the ground. So like this, where he deals damage according to maximum health of that target to champions that it hits. So basically you want to use this on tanks if possible when you're trying to smash them into team, but it is a really nice ability to use when you're trying to get someone, for example, to unposition them. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Anyways, uh, that is everything to abilities. There's not much to them. Also, it grants a slow for 1 second, but you're using this to disposition them and deal damage. That's everything. Now let's have a look at some of Sett's combos. So first off is one which you will be using every time you are trying to push a lane, destroy a tower, fighting with champion. Basically you would auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. With basically using your Q. Because as I said, the auto attack reset will give you so much more ability, and without that, your left hand auto attack will come with a delay. This removes the delay. And I did it wrong this time because I'm just bad. Doesn't matter. You get the point. Then uh, this combo is for when you're trying to finish someone who's running away from fight, which happens really often with Sett. Basically, you wanna use your W and then flash, which can be sometimes really unexpected and can, thanks to the true damage, it finishes off someone really easily. Keep in mind that you can flash in any direction. So, for example, some people will try to get behind you, you know, like we got Fiora right here, she dishes or flashes, anything. You can just do it the wrong way. Oh my god. You can do this. I feel so wrong. You can of course do the same with ultimate if you don't wanna put them there, but here you will just flash, R them, and are done. Then do it fast and it's actually effective. And yeah. Now, for something a bit more advanced, uh, basic trading combo is if you're next to an enemy and he engages, again, we will want to go for auto attack, Q, auto attack, E, auto attack, and then W if the bar is filled. If it's not, keep auto attacking and then use your W once they're trying to run away. So it looks something like this. And they should be really low after this. And basically that. And yeah, for example, when you are in a team fight, you will want to go for a really useful thing where you will utilize everything you got apart from W. W is useless in this. Basically, you will want to use your Q and Stride Breaker, depending on you in which order, but you will run towards enemy, Q, Stride, E them, Flash, and R. You can do this without Stride Breaker if you are really close, because the movement speed is not such a high, but it's working. So if I'll do it again, you will want to run towards them, E them, ta-da, Flash, and they are in your team, and they are dead. You mostly use this on ADCs or anyone squishy, where you want to just get rid of them. Just to show one more time, Q, Flash, and this. It's really easy. You want to this just to get fast to them with your Q, stun them, not stun, but CC them with your E, and while you're mid animation, you flash behind them and cancel it with your R into your team. And that is it. Now, for some laning. So first off, you are a really strong early game champion. So basically, you want to keep the fight somewhat on your side of the line early. And once you're ready, you just all in the enemy champion, deal some damage, back out. And after like 2-3 times, because you have much higher health regeneration, you will have so much advantage that you will just wear them down. Now we got towers. Sett is really great at dealing with towers. This was a tower once. You want to be split pushing most of the game, because thanks to your Q, which actually deals additional damage to the tower too, you will deal, together with your passive, you will destroy towers really fast. Plates, no plates, does not matter. You just, wow, they got 2 turrets. Nice job, guys. Uh, sorry. Uh, yeah, you will be a really good split pusher. When there's some objective, you of course, if you really want that objective, you will come there and help take it, because of course you are really good at taking objectives too. But most of the time, you just wanna do your own thing, because when they have to decide if they want dragon or lose the game because you push to their nexus, guess what they're gonna choose? And you will die. You will die a lot if you play like this, usually, unless you're smart. But come on, who is? But, you know, you will have usefulness in your team. So you should be able to get all of the objectives, because you will be applying so much pressure, unless you use a lane completely. But come on, that happens. Next thing, uh, I guess into some matchups and things like this. Sett is really good against champions like Fiora and like this, because first off, again, he's early game champion, so he destroys most of this everyone. But he has just so much going for him that in a fight that is about sustain, you will just almost always win. And for some matchups to play Sett with, I'll guess I'll just talk about junglers, because who else do you usually interact with? He will works really well with someone who is AP, because you know Sett is full AD apart from his items, and uh, you know they can't block against both of you. But thanks to his really strong short CC Sane, he works well with champions that have burst damage. So like AP burst damage champion, best example is Evelyn. So that works really well with her, because let's say you're in lane, you got enemy champion over here, use the combo, just this, just unposition them. She comes in, use W, and the champion is already dead, because you are still there dealing damage to them, and she can just execute them really easily. Also, Elise is a great example, which she also has a nice CC with her web cocoon, or what is it? Uh, doesn't matter, just you kill them really easily. And I believe that that is going to be everything for the set. So I hope you enjoyed, learned something new, and you can subscribe if you want more of my content. Like the video if you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Battery out.